Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Toni Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Season 2. How exciting is that?
So exciting.
So exciting. Okay, so
exciting.
This is the end of season 1, beginning of season 2. So I think we're just going to kind of reminisce a little bit about season 1.
Yeah.
And kind of set the stage for season 2 and where we think Toni Unleashed, the podcast, is going.
Yeah. What a great season 1, though.
I think so.
I mean, we learned a lot.
Mm-hmm. Made a ton of new friends.
I feel like we've really evolved, and somehow I feel even more connected to Pittsburgh, more than I thought I ever could be.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe
great.
I made that up. Hard to say. It's been a couple glasses of wine.
Well, I love that we started this. It's kind of like hard to believe, I guess, in a way.
It's hard to believe that it came up as such an idea.
Uh-huh.
And that we just joked around about it, and then we actually did it.
Yeah.
And now we're in season 2.
I know. And we have 38 episodes under our belt.
Yeah.
And we started with bi-weekly, and now we are weekly.
Mm-hmm.
We started with just us, and then we incorporated interviews.
And then the interviews kind of like really went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In a great way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that being said, what was your favorite episode to record?
My favorite episode to record was, so it's probably a tie because I just thought of another one.
Okay.
I probably really loved recording interviewing Heather from Pedagogy.
That episode flowed so well.
Yeah. So there was one episode the other episode that was my favorite, and yes, it definitely trumps, bumps up above Heather and Pedagogy. No offense, Heather, but I know you totally can understand and relate. But Em and I did an episode about talking about our own pets. So I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one of your favorites, Em?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing the favorite ones to listen to were probably, for me, Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about being at Best Friends Animal Sanctuary because it's so cool and amazing. And DeSoto was intertwining himself in our cords. And what was my other one I loved listening to?
The Rebeccas.
Oh, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
So Rebecca, who is the owner of In Clover and formulator of her own supplements, just does a phenomenal job at explaining her products and helping us to understand how they work. So that's, I would have to say, my favorite to listen to. What about you?
I would have to say I really loved recording Best Friends because we had Ashley there.
Yeah. It was
and
fun.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Like she was just on the couch listening and just like, something about her being there was just like really fun.
And we were on such a high from
Yes.
being in Utah and volunteering at Best Friends. You more than anybody was on a high.
Yeah. For
It
me.
was tough to manage her, guys. Tough.
I was like Emily 5.0.
It was unbelievable.
I was just like, that is, and I remember like being there and I'm like, this is the next time anyone asks me when was the last time you're happy, and I was like, I think this is the happiest life like ever been.
More than Puerto Rico?
So
Em has been in Puerto Rico, like literally like hands and knees scrubbing.
Yeah. I think it was different because I didn't feel the weight that I feel in Puerto Rico. There was just like an awe moment, because when you're at Best Friends, like they have that system dialed down. Like you do not have to think. You are just present, and you are genuinely helping a system that's already like mastered
After 35 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I would have to agree that all of the Rebecca episodes have been incredible because, and I love them so much because they're topics that you and I feel like we already know so much about, and somehow she says it in a way where I feel like I'm learning about it for the first time, and I learned so much more from her every time.
Yeah, agreed.
And
then I think, okay, now I will remember this.
And then
after hearing for like the 5th time, I'm going to remember this.
Yes.
I'll be able to, and I still like feel like I fall short.
She's just an incredible presence to be in.
Oh, totally.
I mean, just so intelligent, so intelligent. So I would have to agree. Recording and listening to, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you expect going into the show, and what has actually happened?
So surprisingly, and I get asked this question a lot. I get asked this question about healthy pet products. What was my plan? What did I expect? What did I envision? And I have to say the same thing. Like, I have hopes and aspirations for all of my businesses that I start to become huge and have a great reach and they're mission based. So, but I don't have specific goals laid out, which I think is surprising to people. So I'm thrilled that like halfway through the first year that we felt like it was going so good that we went from biweekly to weekly. I just want to reach and educate as many humans as we possibly can to save as many animals from cancer and steroids and antibiotics and autoimmune disease and diabetes and everything. So that's...
Yeah. While creating a safe place for them to feel like they can listen, but not feel like they're doing the completely wrong thing and not being overwhelmed or feel
exactly
alienated.
And that's the feedback that I've been getting from people that it is a place that they're like, wow, you guys are like really real. And I'm like, well, it's the only way to be.
So agree. So like for my answer to that was so on point with what you were just saying. I thought we were going to take a really heady, scientific, really straightforward, knowledgeable approach. And I think that's been done. Mm-hmm. I think that people are doing that. And I think that that's an incredible place. But I think we're at the point with this industry that we need to be really inclusive and that we need to be real and we need to be honest. And I think that's that's trending just in general.
So that might be the perfect segue into inviting Dr. Becker on or Dr. Judy and Rodney and all of the people that are doing the heavier loaded, more scientific podcasts.
Right.
We have them on just to talk about why they're doing what they're doing. And then we can, deflect to them.
Right. And we can and by still being, sharing information and knowledge and tips and tricks and support, but at a level that might be a little bit more welcoming, not more welcoming, but I mean, comfortable for people entering this natural world of pet care.
And there's people entering it every day.
Yeah.
I was in the store today. I have to tell you, because you're not in the store that much, but I helped a woman with 2 bags of Nature's Logic Distinction. And I guess she knew who I was. And she's like, I just want to tell you, she's like, I really love your podcast. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And she's like, I just love to listen. She's like, I drive a lot and you guys are great. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
she was
so good.
like, she was really genuine, and she was buying great stuff.
Wow.
She bought mushrooms, 2 bags of Nature's Logic, and I can't remember. Christy checked her out, but
Wow.
she
That's
was
awesome.
it was super cool. But that's the kind of stuff that keeps us going.
Right.
And if we could get more of, we'd love to
Right.
hear feedback on our info@tonyunleashed.com. Message us.
Want to hear. We
Yeah.
love the feedback. We love the feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so important to growing as people and as a podcast in general. We want to know what everyone wants to listen to and what they think.
Yep.
So don't ever hesitate to reach out by any means
Yeah.
whatsoever. Even if it's like a one-liner or 5 paragraphs, we'll take it.
Right. And for season 2,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I would like to see us doing, more live things
I would love to do live.
at the trade shows, where we would have a great opportunity to interview some great people in person and maybe video it too.
Video. We want to really get into video. We already have some great interviews though for season 2.
Who?
We've already recorded Real Mushrooms,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
huge with Joni.
Love her.
That was huge. Nuggets Bone Broth.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
big.
That one is a really good episode. Tina Parker.
Tina's coming. Yep.
That's a really good one.
That's a great trainer.
Yes. We have a big event coming up that we're doing for season 2 with Paws Across Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
an anthropology outlet. We're going to bring Rebecca back. Hey.
Kidney health. We have to do kidney health soon.
Yes. We're going to have a puppy mill episode.
Mhm.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Especially for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And we have a couple customer write-ins where they had a couple follow-up questions from an episode. And we figured if they had a couple questions like that, probably more people do. So we talked about that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have a lot of good stuff coming.
And sometimes I wonder now, I feel like we're to the point that I wonder, is once a week even enough? Because
know.
I mean, that's 52 episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we're always open to suggestions.
Right.
And what else?
Well, we need your help as our listeners and our supporters forever because
we need 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
And tell your friends. Tell the dental hygienist when you're at the dentist.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about our podcast so that we can save as many animals as we can, not only through better health and wellness, but also through choosing to rescue opposed to choosing a breeder. And if you do choose a breeder, no judgment, but do your homework and know that there are many, many, many puppy mills out there.
Yeah.
And never buy a puppy from a pet store.
Yeah. Or
Never.
Lancaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just want to continue to engage with the community too.
We do.
Because
we do.
And the community is not the Pittsburgh community. The community is the dog and the cat community.
Yep.
And that expands
worldwide. Worldwide. So bring it on.
Yes.
We're ready.
We are ready. We have wine. We have dogs.
Winding up in our cords.
Yes.
And season 2, here we come.
Here we come. Sick. Not
Bye.
bad.